Some people hang a flag outside their home just for decoration. For me, it was different. That American flag on my porch wasn't just fabric. It was my father's flag, the one draped over his coffin when he came home from serving overseas. To me, it was honor, it was sacrifice, it was family, but to my HOA, it was a problem. One summer morning, I found a letter taped to my front door. In bold letters, it read, "Remove the flag immediately, non-compliant with HOA standards." I thought it was a mistake. Surely no one would have an issue with the American flag, but I was wrong. The HOA president, the type of person neighbors whispered about and nicknamed Karen behind her back, told me flat out that flags were too distracting and not in line with the community's aesthetics. I told her calmly, "Mom, this flag isn't coming down." She smirked. "Then you'll be fined daily." The fine started small, 50 here, 100 there. But within 2 weeks, they claimed I owed 1,200. HOA board members started driving by slowly, snapping pictures of my porch like I was a criminal. Neighbors whispered that I should just give in, but they didn't understand. This wasn't just a flagpole in my yard, it was my father's memory, and I wasn't about to let a power-hungry HOA erase that. Instead of yelling or ripping up the fines, I decided to fight smart. I pulled out the one thing HOAs fear more than anything, their own rulebook. I spent hours reading every line, every clause, and that's when I saw it buried deep in Section 14, Paragraph 3. Flags recognized under United States federal law shall be permitted on residential property, provided they are displayed respectfully. I couldn't believe it. Their own bylaws specifically protected the right to fly the American flag, and yet they had been fining me illegally. At the next HOA meeting, I showed up early. The board members were sitting smugly at the front, already passing around copies of my violations. When it was my turn to speak, I didn't raise my voice. I simply pulled out a copy of their bylaws highlighted in yellow and read the exact paragraph aloud. Silence fell over the room. A few neighbors even gasped. I looked the president right in the eye and said, "Not only are your fines invalid, but by targeting me for something your own rules allow, you've opened yourselves to legal action." Her face went pale. Within a week, I received another letter. This time it wasn't a fine, it was an apology. All charges against me were dropped. My account was cleared to zero, but it didn't stop there. Word spread quickly. Other neighbors who had been bullied by the HOA started pulling out their own copies of the rulebook. Suddenly, the board was flooded with challenges. Their authority crumbled. The president who harassed me, she resigned within months. And my father's flag, it still waves proudly in the breeze, untouched, untouchable. The HOA thought they could intimidate me into taking down a flag that symbolized everything my family stood for. But in the end, it wasn't anger that defeated them. It wasn't revenge, it was their own rulebook. So remember, never let anyone bully you out of your rights. Always read the fine print, because sometimes the greatest weapon against injustice is the very set of rules they try to use against you. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe for more HOA revenge tales. Smash that like button, share this video, and tell me in the comments what would you have done if they tried to ban your flag.